Roamer 337, a Highland Ridge RV here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you would like to learn things like tank capacities or price tags or total length or whatever, I leave you folks on YouTube a link in the video description right down there that says check for price and availability. There will also be a link at the end of the video, probably right up here, that will give you one click to direct you right to this inventory to see if we have it in stock and what we're asking with its current equipment package. Understand that as the year goes on, this trailer might change a little bit, and we may not necessarily order two of these identically, so prices can vary, sometimes significantly. For instance, some of the options we have on here have already affected the price tag. So remember, if you want to see what we have in stock, give us a call or click on the link in the video description. This is here just to kind of give you a quick overview and idea, although quick is that's relative because there's a lot to talk about on any open range RV. They're a personal favorite of mine to talk about because they have so many cool features. This is just a cool brand. One of the reasons we like them here at Haylett's is because they're just like nothing else. If you get bit by this snake, there's no other poison quite like it, guys. Now, I'm going to point out the areas where these guys have done things that are incredibly unique. And what's amazing is how many of those areas there are. This is not perfectly unique, but it is uncommon. If you look up at their awnings, you see that there's actually this extra like awning shroud. There's a flex fabric guard on that awning there. It helps squeeze the awning so that you know, you don't get water blowing down the awning tube and fabric, so you don't get moldy yuck spots or anything like that. It also protects, it's a different material, it's more UV resistant than the awning itself. Now, a huge thing to talk about anytime you're looking at open range is the wide body. This is a 100-inch wide body construction design. That gives you, right out the gate, 4 extra inches of living space in every single room. 4 inches doesn't sound like a lot, but consider that things like the bathroom design of this RV would literally not be possible without that extra living space. Now, couple that with the fact that this has not 1, but 2 opposing 42-inch extra deep slides. That's giving you an extra 1 foot of living space there compared to anything else. Many fifth wheels, they have a 36-inch deep slide on one side, then maybe a 24-inch slide on the other. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that it's a real big, expensive luxury fifth wheel. Well, they usually still have an 8-foot body. Very few things actually have true wide body. Well, then they might have twin 36-inch slides. So this thing is already 16 inches bigger in the living room than almost everything else on the market, guys. And even the other coaches that are 102-inch wide body even still can't match the living space of this because they don't have the 42-inch slides. This has the biggest living room out there, basically. It's got the biggest, widest, most open living room. And that's what's neat, is this is not a small fifth wheel, but it's not a real giant behemoth behind you. It comes closer to 35 feet than 40 feet. What that means is that it gets wider instead of longer, so it's an easier towing thing. Now, it weighs 9,725 pounds. There's, you know, definitely a significant weight there. You want to be in an appropriate 3/4 ton truck or higher, but it could weigh so much more. It is built like an ultralight in so many ways that it actually keeps that weight in check. Another RV with this size body and deep slides would easily be well over 10 to maybe 11,000 pounds. They save 10 to 15% of their weight the way that they build these open ranges. Up front here, you see my little battery jumper box to give us some lights, but you might also notice that we have 2 pre-staged battery hookups. So this is already set to go with 2 batteries. Now, check this out too, these Strongarm stabilizer jacks. That's something I like that Open Range does. Again, we carry a lot of RVs at Haylett's, and this is the only brand we see where you can get those done at the factory level. Now, our HaylettRV Parts and Service Center has those available, and those things are awesome. So if it's something you like and you want to add to your trailer or fifth wheel, no problem. They're quick and easy to install. You know, give us a call for pricing on that. But remember that these things all ride on the same width axles. Well, if the body is wider than the axles, and now you have all this extra length hanging out over the axles, the coach could be kind of tipsy at your campsite. That's where these come in. They got these easy operating little T-handles. You give that thing a 1/4 turn when you get to your destination, and this sucker is on lockdown. and it is now one of the most stable RVs when you reach your campsite, as opposed to being wobbly. And you might also notice the new automatic leveling system there, so when you get to your destination, push a button, you know, level her out, you're all set. They've gone back to their roots this season with they were gray on gray exteriors, and I thought it looked killer, but I am really liking this lighter, nice color. Another thing I thought about, lighter skins mean cooler interior temperatures in the summer. That's a handy little fact there. All LED lights inside and out to give you maximum reliability. Now, another thing that's very interesting, and we'll see this more on the other side of the coach, if you open this up, someone's going to open the store and go, seriously? They only have 20-pound propane tanks? No, no, no. This still has 60 pounds of propane capacity. They use a triple 20-pound tank system instead of doubles. And you're thinking, why do they do that? Well, the answer is simple. One, these are lighter and they're easier to exchange. And two, if it's Sunday and you run out of propane, you can go to like any gas station and do a tank swap. Try to do that with a 30-pound tank on a Sunday. If you don't stay at a nice resort level park that has on-site fill or exchanges, you're out of luck. Smart stuff like this is another reason I've always liked Open Range here at HaylettRV. They're the only ones that do little, just out of the box left to center stuff. Like, see how this bag door opens downward. If it opened up, it might interfere and it would hit that slide out right there in your bedroom. Well, that would mean that you'd have to duck under to get into your cargo space. And it's not that it's the end of the world, it's just that it's inconvenient. So by flipping this down, you have easier full access to both your big wide pass-through storage over here. Remember that wider storage is better than taller. Thin, really tall cargo spaces don't make sense. As a person who goes camping, I can tell you from a lot of experience, you set cargo side by side. You don't stack it vertically because the load can shift and fall. This makes more sense. While we're down here, I just want to point out a couple things. Easy access to our automatic leveling controls. This is the inverter. This has the big stainless steel appliance bundle with the bigger residential fridge inside, and a little battery disconnect to keep everything running for you. Now, this is one of several parts that gives this the best in-class insulation package of anything I'm aware of out there. The fully enclosed, protected, heated docking center and gate valves. Now, couple that with the fact that we have a basically double insulated, fully enclosed, forced air, cyclically heated underbelly. And then with all kinds of insulation added to the roof and the slides and stuff, this has the best insulation levels I've seen of anything in its class. There's plenty of other things out there that are perfectly acceptable, but there is nothing else that has achieved the cold camp rating of an Open Range in testing. At least nothing I've ever seen published. If there is a manufacturer that's done it, they should publish their data instead of hiding it. These guys, what they've done is they build their coaches. They put it in a 0-degree chamber for 24 hours. They set the thermostat inside on 70, and they come back later and they take temp readings. This maintained 62 degrees in the underbelly. 62 above zero. That is shockingly impressive. There's other really good insulated brands out there. They tend to keep between 40s and 50s, and that's great. That's above freezing. These guys kept 62 degrees in the underbelly. The difference here is that they have cyclical airflow. The hot air that they pump into the underbelly doesn't sit there and encapsulate. It actually has an exhaust. When you pump the hot air into the underbelly, forcing the hot air across the tanks, it then has a hot air return that heats the bathroom floor. So if you get up at night in the cold camp season, you have nice warm bathroom floor so that you don't get your little piggies cold. That is something I've seen nowhere else on any other RV but an Open Range. And understand that HaylettRV, we are not hurting for different brands to represent. We literally carry like all of at least the top 3, if not more, brands of trailers and fifth wheels here. This is an exceptional thing these guys do. Certainly not the dollar cheaper brand, but this is the do more for your dollar brand. That's who these guys are. Little detail stuff like this too. Got a little head cold, so pardon me if I sound froggy. Instead of plastic screw trim on the corners, which is normal, there's nothing wrong with it. There's good, but there's better, and that's what this is. It's a formed aluminum, so that it doesn't get heat expansion and contraction. By the way, those Strongarm stabilizer jacks appear on the rear jacks as well. They have a removable rear ladder, which is a little uncommon, but there's a lot of people that don't like the cosmetic look of that ladder right over their rear window. So open range gives you the opportunity to remove that if you choose. That's another thing we don't see on any other RV at HaylettRV. It's just another unique thing that they do. Now, when we start looking up, they use a different roof membrane on top of this. Most RVs have either a rubber or TPO or something like that roof skin. In truth, about 95% of the RVs built today have the exact same or equivalent roof membrane. This is one of that 5% that's different. It's a pliable PVC. It does not chalk because it reflects more sunlight. It's more UV inhibitive. It doesn't require special maintenance to maintain its own roof skin warranty. Now, you still have seals. You are still responsible for seals and regular maintenance and upkeep. Just like in your car, you still need to change the oil in your car to maintain a warranty. This is no different. You still have seals. Those are a maintenance item. But it's one less thing you need to do. Now, usually in this size and class, you get triple entry steps. They went 2 steps above here by first giving us the quad step and then the aluminum steps, which are far more, scientifically speaking, grippy. I've got wet shoes right now and my feet don't slip and slide on this. And the other thing I kind of thought about, I was doing some late work one night, and when I left, when I was walking out to the car, it was dark. And I noticed I could easily see aluminum steps at night because they're so much more bright and reflective. I thought that was interesting too. They do their entry doors a little bit different here. Instead of a screen door, they put an extra large window with a sliding airflow panel built right into it. So again, it's less mechanical stuff to potentially break, and there is a full privacy shade up here. Stepping inside, they do a lot of neat things. Now, remember, just like I said on the outside, this might not be the exact RV that we have in stock. Very good light package in here, by the way. So the one that we have in stock might have different color cushions, for example. Although, I will say, you have to be Martha Stewart to pick out the differences in their interior decors. I say this without hesitation, guys. Would you like your interior to be brown, browner, or brownest? Because those are your options. And generally speaking, it's really hard to tell the difference between them. So, let's get into the things, again, that are very unique here that you see on no other RVs at HaylettRV or otherwise. We've got the wider body. We've got the dual 42-inch slides. And part of what that does is it keeps the furniture fully encapsulated within the slide out. You see the furniture doesn't creep into the living room. Like your dual reclining theater seat over here is, you know, fully accepted back here. Now, where this floor plan is different is in many similar living room models, you have twin recliners in the back and then a small little sleeper sofa over here. Open Range, again, is the brand who's willing to do it different. And that's one of my favorite things about them at HaylettRV is they put the full sleeper sofa on the back wall, which does a couple things for you. By putting a sofa back there, the designers absolutely, positively had to build the slide outs in front of the sofa. So there is no worry about having to turn a recliner to go down the road. Now, over here in our dual theater seat, you see that we're sitting on a comfortable boardwalk in Park Place with an ideal view of the entertainment center. But one of the things I've always preferred at Haylett's about a corner entertainment like this is there's really no bad seat in the house. You always have a good look at the entertainment in here. It's a very wide open, comfortable living area. Now, if you start paying attention, you might notice something very different here. And this is another open range exclusive, another reason we like them at Haylett's. They're completely carpetless, even with floor flush slide outs. Understand, guys, floor flush is a relative term. It is not truly perfectly floor flush, nor are there any truly perfectly floor flush slides in the business. But this does not have the big giant toe kick. But they're carpetless. They're just the only ones that do that. They've got a patent on this system. Nobody else can do it. So, there you go. Pardon me. Looking up real quick. What you don't see is the air conditioner. That's what this vent and this vent come into play. These are your cold air returns. This has a whisper quiet, centralized AC system. So in this, you know, people who have camped for years, they always say, is there anything you can do to help baffle the air system? Because when it kicks on, it's so loud! You know, it just blows them away. You have to turn the TV up to 99 and yell at the person next to you. You don't have to do that here. I've heard different stats. People have said this is anywhere from 70 to 90% quieter than standard. Whatever it is, it's significantly quieter than standard. We'll come back to the kitchen in a minute. I've talked about the little dual theater reclining seat over here. It's a wall hugger too, so it's not going to ding up your walls. And do pay attention to the fact that each and every single window in here opens for ventilation. As a person who goes camping and as a person who sees a lot of RVs every single day here at Haylett's, I can tell you, you are going to enjoy more windows, better than less windows, and you're going to like more airflow over less airflow. Guaranteed. That's not even a question. Cabinetry is all pocket screwed naturally. That's pretty common in this industry segment, so I'm not going to bang too much on that. But the nicer hidden hinge doors is actually fairly uncommon at this price point, as are the nice big grab handles, something you can really get your hands on too. Being wide body, this is a normal trifold hide-to-bed sleeper sofa, but because it's wider body, they had room for these nice side stands on both sides of the bed with power outlets built right in. I don't know if you can see that through the shadow there, but it's just a more convenient thing. You'll always find something to, oh yeah, and cup holders. That's cool. So there's always a place to set, your dinner plate. There's always a place to put a drink, etc. Remember, this is deeper, so you actually have more room per person sitting at that dinette. This is a comfortable 4-person seater, not an elbow to elbow. When you go to Applebee's and you have a table for 8 and they shove you in the space of a table for 6? You don't have that problem here, kids. Big, big scenic windows, too. I didn't even turn that light on. Don't need to. So, Entertainment Center has a couple neat things going on. Because it is so deep, there's more room around here. And these are extra tall slides. This is a true walk-in slide-out. I'm 6'3", wearing boots and a hat. I don't know how tall that makes me with all that stuff, but you can see that I obviously had no problem walking in here. This is a no-head knocking slide-out right here. So we've got our all-Furrion Entertainment Center, AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth, etc., soundbar, and, as my grandfather called it, the Hidden Baptist Medicine Cabinet. Nice little spot just to keep some DVDs and whatnot. It's a good spot for extra remote controls that maybe you don't need. And something I think they did that shows that these guys are really in tune with the folks who actually use this RV is they left a wide open shelf right there. They did that not to save money, but to leave you comfortable, easy access spaces for things like Blu-ray players or satellite brains. This floor plan has been extremely popular for people who are on seasonal and or permanent sites because it has such a wide body living room. Where we've also found massive success with this model are people who have had the bigger fifth wheels, like the big brother to this one, the Open Range 3X. They're big behemoths. But sometimes they're wanting to downsize, but they're not wanting to give up the nice big fifth wheel things. And that's where this one comes into play, because it actually can give you a wider living room, remember, but we still have the nice solid surface countertops, true Corian counters, including this floating rolling island, which you can see is just absolute pure storage, by the way. If you're curious, one of the things, people are like, why is that a rolling island? Why isn't it fixed island? Remember that you have 2 extra deep slides. When they come together, they would crush a fixed island. So this actually rolls in place and stores right there going down the road. I'm actually going to pull it out of the way right now just so you can have a better look at the kitchen. Again, this has the optional stainless steel appliance package, which gives us that bigger refrigerator with the inverter to run down the road over here. But the whole stainless look is very sharp. You got a residential size microwave in a class that usually doesn't have that. They actually leave you a nice little chunk of counter space next to your cooking facility with power outlets. So if you need the perfect spot for the coffee maker, you got that. And notice how all of the storage comes to you. At open range, this is another thing, that we see at Haylett's in an open range that we don't see everywhere else. All of the storage extends and telescopes out to you, including that perfect little, wastebasket built right in from the factory level. Excellent overhead cabinetry. I'm a big fan of that vertical level change right here, just to help break up the monotony. Nothing looks flat and boring. And you have a wall-controlled ceiling fan, so that if you are cooking up a storm or you just want some great airflow, partner, you got it all day long. Moving upstairs, it continues to not disappoint. By the way, little detail stuff. There's a little door jamb right here, or a door stopper, so that this door doesn't go flying into that one and break that nice glass insert. That glass insert's frosted, so you can't actually see into the bedroom, but it allows some light to exchange into the bedroom to help make it feel open and brighter. Now, another neat thing, in the bedroom, there is a motion sensor, so that if you leave the bedroom at night, it will kick this light on so you can see where you're going in the hallway. Pardon me, case of the crud. Bathroom. Remember, this bathroom would not be possible without the wider body nature of the open range fifth wheel. It's another reason we like them at Haylett's. The whole thing here is that it gives you the big shower while still offering a second door straight to the bedroom, which most things do not. Now check this out. Luxury fifth wheel seamless molded shower. One-piece self-reinforced shower. And this might shock some people, but don't have a heart attack with what I'm about to do. Check this out. You can literally jump stomp your way into this thing without problems. This is a fully self-reinforced shower. Now, they build extra reinforcement into the floor of that at the factory level, but even without the shower installed, sitting on the ground with no structure around it, you can still jump in that. I cannot possibly hurt this thing. You should maybe start asking yourself, why doesn't he jump in other fifth wheel showers? Why does he only jump in this one? That's what you should start asking yourself. And storage, storage, storage. With this awesome, like, if you're standing here, there's not a lot of counter space right here. But once again, they make it come to you. They make it easy and simple and convenient. And then, when you're done, it just hides away. And you can see that you've got 4 of these full extension plywood box drawers in here with extra little linen storage above. So you never have to take your naked butt outside to get a towel if you forget, you know. And a real adult-sized sink. Not a little kiddie sink or something silly like that. We're going to step into the bedroom real quick. Should have turned that hallway light on, but hey, not the first time I missed something. So one switch gets you all the lights up in here. These are all standard 50 amp service. If you look at this, you can see we did not add the second AC to this one. Though we have the, you know, at our HaylettRV Parts and Service Center, we can do all that for you. So don't let that be a deal breaker. If you're like, man, I like everything in the fifth wheel that you have in stock. I looked at your website from that link in the video description. I like everything that I see there. But I really want a second AC. We can do it. We do it all the time. So this floor plan is one of the very few roamers that you cannot put a king bed into. There's just not the physical space available to do that. You can see that every ounce of the slide out has been occupied by the 60 by 80 true queen bed. This is easy lift. There is storage below it. Now, something they've done that I love is they put little side stands above the mattress level right here so that you still have a place to set a phone. Cross breeze window, cross breeze window. Now, even their front closet in an open range is different from anything else I see at HaylettRV. We've got a stackable washer dryer prep. That's cool. You know, a lot of people ask about that. Over here though, we've got big hanging storage, but they elevated the floor of the closet. By doing that, first they created a shelf that's easier to access and get to, and then they added extra drawers that you just otherwise wouldn't have. So you've got double dresser space in here, because here's the dresser you're expecting, but there's the dresser that you get. It's a bonus dresser you probably weren't expecting. All set up for a second TV. Again, the one we have in stock might have a TV, it might not. If that's a deal breaker for you, give us a call. We can throw a TV in a unit. It is just not the end of the world. You know, remember again that this video is here as an idea generator. It's not necessarily representing the one and only 337 RLS we have in stock at HaylettRV. And here's that motion sensor. So when you wake up at night, even if you're just going to go into the bathroom through this door, that motion sensor will catch you and kind of just help you find the outline of that doorway to get you through. And again, very aggressive lighting package through the whole darn thing. I think we've pretty much summed it up. So give us a call, learn more. We only do everything at HaylettRV. I've talked about that a little as we go, but hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, accessories. We can deliver this RV right to your front door. Don't care where you live. You're literally never too far away to work with HaylettRV. We have proven that. We've sent these things overseas, guys. Customer service goes a long way. You know, it's not just pricing that makes us successful. It's just that, you know, name another place that's going to this kind of extent to educate you on a product before we've even met you. Imagine what we'll do at Haylett's once we have had the chance to meet you. So do not hesitate to pick up the phone and give us a call. 800-256-5196. HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.